Many Americans might have missed the mysterious messages hidden on every dollar bill. Most of us will be familiar with the design of a dollar bill. In fact, some of us will likely have one or more sitting in their wallets or pockets right now. Take a closer look at that buck, though, and you'll discover a series of messages and symbols. Some of these are easy to overlook, but many of them have surprising hidden meanings. When these were added to the dollar bill, they were no doubt of great significance to our predecessors. However, over the years they've gradually lost their meaning to the masses, so many of us will be unaware of their implications. As a result, it seems that the collection of symbols and words have become open to interpretation. And it's thanks to these interpretations that some people have concluded that a number of the items contained on the dollar bill allude to larger forces at play. There's been talk that some of the symbols are a nod to the secretive Freemason organization, for example. In addition, others believe that our bucks allude to the Illuminati, another clandestine group that's the subject of multiple conspiracy theories. However, before we explore what some of the hidden symbols and messages on the dollar bill really stand for, let's first take a closer look at the notes and what they mean to America. It's fair to say that the US dollar is as much a symbol of the country as anything else. Depending on your point of view, it's either the root of all evil or a real-life representation of the American dream. The dollar bill didn't always take the iconic form it comes in today, however. And its evolution is very much tied into American history, starting with the advent of paper money. It took a long time for people to accept the concept, in fact, and for many years it was rejected in favor of the more tangible currency of coins. Nevertheless, the use of paper money in America predates the Revolution and the establishment of independence in the US. The first examples of this kind of currency had actually been introduced to the colonies in 1690. For it was then that Massachusetts adopted what were known as bills of credit as an official form of currency. However, it wasn't until the onset of the Civil War in 1861 that paper money became more commonplace. This occurred in a bid to help both sides, the Union and the Confederate States, pay for the conflict. With that in mind, so-called graybacks were launched by the latter in 1861. In response, the Union started issuing its own form of paper money, which wasn't entirely different from the bills that are presently in use. Known as greenbacks, the notes were the same iconic color as modern-day money. And they continued to circulate in the years after the conflict ended. At first, greenbacks were for $20, $10 or $5. New forms of paper money were subsequently issued by Congress in the decades that followed the Civil War. This included the $1 bill, which was first made available in 1862. Back then, though, it bore the image of Salmon P. Chase, who was President Abraham Lincoln's Secretary of the Treasury. Chase's moment of glory on the $1 bill didn't last for long, however. Indeed, in 1869 his image was replaced by that of George Washington. Moreover, the first president of the United States was joined on the note by Christopher Columbus. A small image on the left of the bill depicted the explorer seeing dry land, which seemingly symbolized his explorations of the Americas. Interestingly, Martha Washington, to this day the sole woman ever to grace the front of an American bill, appeared on dollar notes from the mid-1890s. The original First Lady had in fact previously been depicted on another bill. However, on that occasion, she was placed on the reverse of the note alongside her husband, George. In those days, U.S. banknotes were known as silver certificates. That's because the government had real silver to back up their values. The currency as we know it today was created in 1913. It was then that the Federal Reserve Act provided the government with permission to produce Federal Reserve notes, which are usually referred to as US dollars. That's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.